Well, it's the open practice day for the start of 2020 for Madera Racing on MAV TV. All kinds of equipment here at the Speedway ready to hit the fastest 1/3 mile in the West, including our sprint cars versus super modifieds with Otter Cicelli. We've got Nut Up Pro Late models and 5150 Junior Late models. An exciting season of racing ahead of us. Our 6th season on MAV TV, the start of a 3-year renewal for Madera Racing on MAV TV, and we can't wait to bring it all to you. It starts on March the 14th with our $5,000 to win season opener, and 9 races later, we'll be crowning a Pro Late model and a Junior Late model champion on MAV TV. A new car for a new season for Holly Clark, one of our drivers from the Junior Late Model Challenge Camp, now racing full-time in the 5150 Junior Late models. And beautiful car. How excited are you for 2020?
I am very excited for this season. I have a really good feeling. I feel like we're going to have some success in this car. And with the testing, it's been going really well. We've been running pretty good times. And I'm really excited to see how it goes in the races.
And you have some new people on your crew. You have a teammate. Tell us about some of the people you're working with this year.
Well, I'm working with Brody Moore, who's just starting in these late models as well. He drove Bandos previously, and he's doing very well. I'm very excited to work with him as my teammate, and I'm very excited to work with the Wilson team. They're great. We've all been working together. It's been really good teamwork, and I'm very excited, and it's been working very well.
How do you handle your expectations? You have a great car, you have some experience now. What are your expectations this year?
Well, I expect to start running up a little further, hopefully about top 5. And but I don't try to get my expectations too high, but I set step-by-step goals for myself. So I just get one goal at a time and keep working my way up. And it's helped us through the years of racing, just trying to work our way up to the front, and I hope to do that this season.
Working our way to the front in a new car for car number 17, Holly Clark out of Colorado. Well, we're here with Dylan Zampa in the pits for the first open practice for Madera Speedway in 2020, and a little bit of a different look on the car, some new updates on the car. How excited are you for 2020?
Pretty excited. This team's ready to get back out there and win some more races, hopefully.
How bad do you want to make up for the way the season ended last year?
Pretty bad. After that 10,000 win race, we popped a tire. We were pretty frustrated with the points and how the race went, but we did really good in that race, so we're going to take that enthusiasm and go to the first race and hopefully get the win.
The stakes have never been higher in this series. Lots of bonus money, lots of car count. Does that raise the intensity level at all for you as a driver?
For sure, yeah, because more cars, more side-by-side racing, more hits and bumps and runs, so we'll see how it goes.
We're here with Grant Thompson, the winner of the Junior Late Model Challenge Camp, and now he's back to Madera Speedway for a full-time season in the 5150 Junior Late Models. And Grant, your first time back in the car for a couple of months. How's it feel so far?
It's been pretty good. The NetCar Motorsports team has done a really good job getting it back together for this first race of the 2020 season at Madera. I'm super excited. I've been talking to a couple kids that have been racing this year, and they're also excited as well. So I'm really excited to get back out there and to see what I can do.
A lot of your fellow campers are here, and they've got new cars, new teams, new excitement as well. Seems like the competition level is going to be pretty high this year.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Kirsty Young, she got a new car. Holly Clark got a new car. So, I mean, they're girls, and they're really good. But, you know, I think they'll be, really good to beat this year.
Well, and speaking of that, you've got a new teammate as well with Cassidy Hines, so you got one of your own to race against.
Oh, yeah, Cassie, she's a really good driver. I got to meet her at the PRI show earlier this year, and, she's really nice. Her whole family's really nice, so it's really cool to, have someone that I've met before to be on my team.
So most of the people in the pits, this is the start of their season, but I understand you already have one start this year. Tell us about that.
Well, I did a race at Speedfest in a pro truck, and that was a lot of fun with Kurt Burt Motorsports, and we raced against him later in 2019. So to get to race for him, and we started third and finished third, it was a lot of fun.
So I have to ask you, what are your goals this year?
Well, we're doing some races in Five Flags Speedway locally where I live, and I really hope just to qualify in the top 10 to top 15 and to stay on the lead lap, and also here just to qualify in the top 10 and run up there with the top 5 guys.
Looking for some top 5s, maybe some wins this year for our camp winner, Grant Thompson. All right, we're here with Buddy Shepard getting ready for the 2020 Nut Up Pro Late Models season. Returning with Eshelman Racing in 2020. This team looks poised for a very big season. You must be looking forward to this year.
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of learning and a lot of me and Matt got to work together as him being a new crew chief for me last year, about 3 races, and it's been going good today so far. I think we got high expectations. I've been running up here got a lot of experience around this track, and they're kind of a newer team up here, running their own cars out of their own shop. So I'm really looking forward to it. Have a good fun season.
The stakes are very high this year. A lot of purse money, lots of bonuses and prizes. Does that raise the pressure at all for you in the driver's seat?
I mean, not really. I mean, I've ran really good up here in the past, and I know kind of how to run this track about the beginning of the race towards the end, and how the intensity level is going to rise, and it's that's just natural. So I think we'll be all right. Just get a long run car for us, and hopefully we can come out here March 14th and put a show on.
Every year we have more of our junior late model drivers coming into the pro class, and you can kind of relate to that because you started here at 15 years old as well. How have you seen the competition level rise every year as those junior late model drivers come on board in the pro class?
Yeah, the kids that have been coming up have been doing really good. They, like Joey ran really good last year in the 10,000 race and a couple other races, so I'm sure he's going to be coming back for a few open shows. So, I mean, you got Jeremy Doss coming, running all the races too, I'm sure. So he's going to be really fast, just like he was at the end of the season last year. So the competition's stout. It doesn't get any better than right here at Madera Speedway.
Well, that sums it up perfectly. It does not get any better than this, and it starts on March the 14th here at Madera. We got a brand new driver from Colorado moving up from the Bandos into the junior late models, Brody Moore, the 13-year-old, and welcome to Madera Speedway. How exciting has this been so far, getting involved with the junior late models?
It's been awesome. I'm super excited to get into it and race against my teammate Holly Clark, who's also from Colorado, and just get to know the track and all the people here.
So I'm sure you're familiar with the series being on MAV TV. And when did you guys come to the decision or the realization of, hey, we need to be a part of this series?
Well, we won the 2 back-to-back championships in Bandoleros in Colorado. And so we went to Las Vegas, the Bull Ring, and we heard that there were junior late models. So we didn't know much about what they were, so we watched some of their races, and they seemed really entertaining and clean racing, so we thought that it would be time to graduate from a bando into a junior late model. We did some research about it, and so it seemed like a safe and fun race series to do, so we chose the junior late models.
How different are these cars from a Bandolero? It's probably a very long list, right?
Yeah, it's a really long list. You have to get used to the front of the nose, and the power difference is a huge difference, and just getting used to it will be good.
So these are long races, so you have a lot of time to learn. What are some of your goals this season?
Just try and keep it clean. Try not to cause a bunch of wrecks. Ask the drivers where they want me to go if they're passing me, or if I'm passing them, but you never know.
How good is it for you, and how helpful is it for you that you're going to have some teammates, some people you can ask questions to? You're not just doing it alone.
It'll be a ton of help. We're working with Charlie Wilson, and we have Steve Clark, our teammate, and they're going to be helping us tremendously, and I already have. We have Dylan that's been setting up our car and stuff, so it's been awesome.
Well, it's been awesome so far. Keep an eye on this driver in car 78, Brody Moore. Well, we have a lot of drivers starting 2020 with new cars. One of them is Sheldon Cooper, the winner of the B main of the short track shootout, aiming for some bigger wins than that this season. And this car has a very cool background to it. Tell us about this car and tell us about your season coming up.
This car's actually Cole Moore ran it in Urbandale or Roseville, and I bought it from Randy Hedrick, and he's been real helpful with it. it was decent last year. We did a bunch of upgrades, new shocks, and new motors. So hopefully, we'll have a little better shot of running towards the front, and we'll see what happens.
This series is awfully competitive. It's on TV of drivers from all over the country, and you seem to find a way to be pretty competitive, doing a lot of it yourself. Tell us how you do that.
It's basically a family-ran thing. It's a couple of us that get together and just have fun with it. We do the best we can with the budget we have. We've been pretty successful. Cracked a couple of the top 10s. 2 years ago we qualified 9th. In the big shows. So hopefully this year we get more of the top 10 starts and maybe top 10 finishes. Maybe we can get towards the top 5.
Tell us, who are some of the people that help you out? How do you guys make this whole thing happen?
It's my uncle, my brothers. It's basically us three. We have with the rental car and everything. We have a lot going on. So Aaron Mullins comes over and helps. We have it's basically a group of friends that come over and we thrash get it done. And sometimes I wonder how we even get it done, but we do.
Sheldon Cooper, he's got the blue number 89 ready to rock here at Madera Speedway. Well, he recently turned 15 and he's ready to race in our 2020 5150 Junior Late Models, and that's Bakersfield's Seth Wise. And coming off that exciting end of the season, you must be really looking forward to this season.
Yeah, we had a great season last year, and looking forward to this one. Hopefully we get a lot better and learn a lot more and get more experience in the pro.
There was probably nobody more eager for racing to continue than you after getting your breakthrough victory in October. How hard was it to wait until the spring to get back in a race car?
Man, we rebuilt this thing, and every week, count down by the weeks at school. This week at school, it was just long week.
So a lot of updates to the car, a lot of updates to the track surface as well. What have you found so far? How's it going so far?
So it feels pretty good. It's a little bit more loose, not much rubber down yet. So hopefully by the end of the night it'll be a little better. But our car seems pretty hooked up right now, and hope it's going to be a good one.
For 2020, will you settle for anything less than the title this year?
We're definitely going to work hard for this title this year and put all we have in it and make a little appearance in the Pro Late Models too.
Bakersfield's Seth Wise, one of the favorites in 2020 in the 5150 series. So we're here at the Open Test in 2020 to kick off Madera Speedway's Madera Racing on MAV TV, and we have quite a few of our junior late model campers here, and one of them is Kirsty Young out of Bakersfield with a brand new car underneath her. And tell us how your day's been going so far.
Our day wasn't the best to start out with, but it for sure got better. Starting off, we were trying to put the shocks on and change a little bit of stuff, and the jack kind of fell, so our door kind of got beat up, but luckily we can put it behind us and hopefully get it fixed by the first race. The car is relatively feeling good. We're fighting, not as much as we were on the last one, but we are fighting for time since the track is slowing down from last year. But other than that, our day's been good, and it's for sure getting better.
What would you say your goals are this year?
Our goals are for sure to be running either in the top 5s or even top 3. That would be amazing for us. For sure, one big goal would be to be winning a race this year. That's everyone's goal. Last year, that was my top priority, was to be running in the front, and we didn't have the best of luck last year, but hopefully we can forget about that whole thing and be running up top.
Now, are there any drivers out there on the track you kind of have circled as drivers that you would like to be running with this year?
One big one would have to be Seth Wise, since I have raced with him before, and I know how he races, and he was a fun one to race with. Hopefully we can get back up there, and he would be a good competition. More would be Cassidy Hines, since she's a newer one coming into it with Nate Clower, and Grant Thompson for sure, because I've heard a lot of great stories about that one.
Well, there's going to be a lot of great stories to be told in 2020, and one of them will be Kirsty Young out of Bakersfield.